Tonight, from the historic desk, Talkin World War III Blues, the 1962 bootleg that convinced the KGB the apocalypse would be acoustic. The clock on the wall is ticking past midnight, October 27th, 1962. Down in the Florida Straits, the destroyers are playing chicken with Soviet subs, and up here on the forgotten frequencies, the numbers are talking. All you have to do is listen. This one goes out to a man named Alexei, sitting in a concrete room in Havana, headphones clamped on tight. He's waiting for a broadcast from a ghost called Yankee Hotel, a numbers station, one of ours, built by the CIA to light up sleeper agents when the big one finally dropped. It was a simple setup, an automated timer, a reel-to-reel tape machine, and a disembodied voice-reading code groups that meant go time. But the night before, a different kind of operator had been using the broadcast console, a bored out of his skull NSA technician with a love for Greenwich Village folk and a hookup at WBAI-FM. He'd just finished bootlegging a Bob Dylan concert, and swimming in bourbon and existential dread, he'd left the wrong goddamn tape threaded on the machine. So, when the timer clicked over, the signal that beamed out across the water wasn't the activation code for Operation Mongoose. It wasn't a string of sterile numbers. It was the nasal, reedy sound of a 21-year-old from Minnesota complaining that he'd been stumbling on the side of 12 misty mountains. The first frantic report from the Soviet GRU station in Lourdes, Cuba, noted an unintelligible coded message, possibly referencing tactical meteorological weapons, a hard rains are gonna fall, and deployment of blue-eyed assassins. One particularly panicked analyst flagged the line about a white man in a black man's skin as a possible reference to a new kind of disguise technology being issued to CIA saboteurs. Back in the Kremlin, a hastily assembled team of cryptographers worked through the night, sweating over a transcription of "blowin' in the wind." How many roads must a man walk down? Was roads a code word for missile silos? Was the man JFK? Was the answer, in fact, blowing in the wind, a reference to airborne radiological fallout? General Secretary Khrushchev was reportedly handed a translation of Masters of War and, after reading the line about hiding behind desks and in mansions, became convinced it was a personal message from Kennedy mocking him. He almost pushed the button right there. The only thing that stopped him was the sheer baffling absurdity of the follow-up track, a rambling 12-minute talking blues about a paranoid guy who thinks the world is out to get him. Filed by Static. Jonah Mercer for Hayhistoric. We close there. Anyone who believes they could have got this one more wrong is invited to prove it at hayhistoric.com, where a fresh premise is wanted before midnight.